There we go, thumbnail achieved. Let's talk about the mouse. So it's the Tenz mouse. Everyone thought it was gonna look something like this. Once this camera focuses, something like the Starlight 12 shape with a longer hump into the back, more palm support for people like me who like to play with a claw grip, something that goes onto the mouse and then really you want to rest your paw, not like palm, that's your paw, but your palms that have some more control over the mouse. I like it for my stability, even though I still arch my fingers into that stereotypical claw shape. We thought we'd get something more like that, and instead we got the same shape again with some very minor changes. One thing that changed for me is my scroll wheel works now, and I wanted to talk about that one more time, about how bad my experience with my scroll wheel was on my Starlight Poseidon. So this is the release just before the Tenz mouse, so just before the latest run of 80,000 mice. They still had issues with their scroll wheel, and just to illustrate how bad that is, I pulled up the B-movie script on my screen. So here's the B-movie script, and I have two mice here. I have my new, get these all off. I have the new Tenz mouse with the new improved scroll wheel that doesn't have issues, and my old Starlight Poseidon with the Infinity Mouse mod hump on it. And when I scroll with the Tenz mouse, this one doesn't have any issues, just the same as any other mouse. When I scroll up, it goes up. When I scroll down, watch this scroll down, it goes down. Look at that. But when I scroll with my Poseidon, this wasn't as bad of an issue at first. I had a little bit of an issue, thought it might be software, thought it might be fixable in a firmware update. It was not. So check this out. When I scroll down, I'm not doing any fancy tricks here. My scroll wheel is just unusable. It's unusable for daily browsing. It's unusable to the point where I'm so used to middle clicking and dragging on every web page I go on, or just switching to my G Pro X again because I literally can't use the mouse. But my worries are over because another $200 and something later, I have the exact same mouse in a bigger size with the scroll wheel who actually works. Speaking of the scroll wheel, let's go back to my front cam here. There are some differences in the way the scroll wheel is. The scroll wheel on the Starlight 12 Poseidon and everything below that, so the Phantom and the Ares and the Hades or whatever, the Gods collection. On the Tenz mouse, or the Starlight Pro as it's actually called, the scroll wheel is smooth, as well as no more, well, I shouldn't say none because there's a little bit, but on the buttons here, hold on, up. See how that scroll wheel is smooth, and where you place your fingers is smooth outside of that Starlight Pro or Starlight. I think it just says Starlight. Yeah, it just says Starlight on there on the way right hand side of the mouse. And on this one, you got a bumpy scroll wheel, very off center on mine. Yeah, look how off center that very off center scroll wheel. Bumpy design and bumps all over it. People didn't really like bumps where their fingers was. I really didn't care. You could always get a skin for this if you wanted. Some really thin skins were available, but dude, you just want the mouse to work out of the box, and it really didn't do that for me. I really like the Infinity hump. Now, I am getting sent the Infinity hump for my medium, so I got the medium size this time. This is going to be better for those people who like the G Pro X, things like this. If you want this, the medium is the way to go. If you want the G Pro X feel, the Logitech feel, go with that. I also had someone comment recently talking about how on their Starlight Small and comparing it to the MZ1, that Zeiss rail. So that mouse, it's available in wired and wireless variants. I'm gonna have to try one out because I looked it up, and it looks like there's a lot of similarities from the shape, but the grip width is a little bit more aggressive. Overall, the mouse is just a little bit more aggressively shaped, and that's to be expected out of such a custom design, but that could be worth looking at for me. My main gripe with the Starlight Small versus the medium was that the medium, or the small, had too small of a grip width for my hands. My hands are awfully large. If you look at how small this mouse is compared to my hand, me gripping this really didn't give me my best performance. But this mouse, it's like the same thing, just a little bit bigger. I'm instantly comfortable on it, but hitting some great shots. Great tracking aim for these small and light mouse, easy to stop, better control. I mean, it's everything that I wanted from a mouse, except for the fact that I could use a little bit more palm support. So I'm gonna get that infinite mouse mod. I'll update the video when. The mouse actually works this time. The stock skates, as always, were great. Everything else is perfect. I mean, it worked straight out of the box. I plugged it in, came with the same dongle. Oh, should talk about the box. Fake signed by Tenz. Got the hand on it again. I don't really love this color, but my girlfriend says it's better, so whatever. I really liked when they had like these all blue and these black with the blue and stuff like that. Those were super cool, but whatever. In the box, it came with the puck, as you've always seen. I'll pull one out. It came with the puck and the cable. It's like a paracord type cable. Also the charging cable that you're gonna want to use with the mouse, and then it also came with the infinity skins, which I haven't used yet, but someone also recommended that I put them on the Starlight, the 12 the Small, my Poseidon, and that would give me a little bit more grip to work with. But I think I'm gonna be getting rid of this mouse and giving it to a friend. I'll probably ask him if he wants these. Now, as far as grips on mice go, I'm never the biggest fan. I kind of just want it how it is. But I will have to say, putting the stock grips that came with the G Pro X on it, really, I kind of liked them. So anyways, that's everything I could possibly say about this mouse until I get that skate. I'll do a longer term review about it. Oh, the last thing, my clicks are noticeably heavier than the like other people have noticed this too. My clicks were noticeably heavier on the Starlight Pro than they were on this one, but I think it's just because it was a newer mouse. The right click got stuck a couple times in the beginning, like not stuck, but it's like it had a first bump before the second bump, but then after you did that one click, it would never do it again. So like, it was just like when I leave the mouse all day, I come back from work and I click, the first click is harder, but every click after that is normal. So not a big deal. I literally just sit here clicking my mouse, trying to make it go, trying to make the issues go away. So I'd say 99% of everything that I wanted on this mouse I got exactly what I paid for, and that's all you can really ask for, right? It's a great mouse. If you're thinking about buying one, there was 80,000 of them sold. I'm sure you can pick one up for close to the listed price. Don't worry about it. If you can't get one, if you're one of those people I see on Twitter complaining about not being able to get a mouse, I really don't know what you're doing. Just go on StockX, buy yourself a mouse. I mean, if you really don't want to spend the amount of money, that's fine. But like, if you're like, I would buy it, I just missed the drop, dude, just go out and buy one. They're on StockX. In fact, I'll look it up for you right now. So it looks like the Starlight Pro is going for around 260 and the Poseidons are going for 215. I had some issues with my Poseidons. Honestly, the Starlight Pro might not have issues, but I'm going to replace the scroll wheels in the coming couple days here. Do an updated video on that too. Maybe, probably, maybe not. Don't really care. As long as the mouse works, I'm happy. 215 is what you're looking at for a small, and 236 on the reselling market. That's what you're looking at for a medium on these Poseidons here. Most people were fine with them as far as I heard, but I had some major issues, so be forewarned. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I think that's it. Let me know. People seem to want to know about mice. If you want me to look at any other mice too, totally let me know. I'm down to get some nice. I'm thinking Viper Pro or Viper Mini or whatever. One of those Viper mice. I'm thinking going back to my favorite, the Death Adder, and then trying out something from Zowie again, because I used to have a Zowie 2A that I loved a lot. It's about a 10-minute video. Should I just hit the time? Nah, whatever. That's it for today. Yeah, hit me up in the comments if you got questions.